Welcome to Virtual Gardening 101. This is a place where we dig into the digital soil and reap real results. Special thanks to my loyal subscribers who continue to support what I'm doing here. If you're viewing the channel for the first time, thank you for stopping by. Today I'll be featuring two species of birds that usually come to forage while I'm working in the garden. Stick around and I'm sure you'll learn a thing or two about them. Today was one of those days where I had other plans, but as soon as I looked outside, I knew my focus had to shift to the garden. The grass has been growing like crazy since I last cut it, thanks to the frequent showers we've had since October started. But I'm not complaining. The rain has been a blessing, bringing some much needed relief from the intense heat we've been feeling even before the summer rolled in and out. There's no denying that the weather has changed a lot over the years. Mandeville used to be known as a go-to place for returning residents because of its cool climate. And living just a few miles from the town, I can say from experience there has been a shift. I've spent my whole life here, so I definitely notice how climate change is gradually reshaping the weather patterns. While I was working in the mid-morning sun, I heard some familiar sounds, and when I looked up, I realized I had a few visitors. At first, I thought these were the endangered blackbirds, Nisapsar nigerimus, commonly called choughs, which are native to Jamaica, belonging to the Icteridae family. And just a little bit more information, they are one of the protected species found in the Blue and John Crow Mountains National Park, and are listed as endangered by the International Union for the Conservation of Nature due to habitat loss. But just to make sure I was providing the correct information, I reached out to one of our ecologists here who goes by the name Roosters World on Twitter, and I think he has the same name on YouTube, and found out that these were the smooth-bill Annie, Crotophaga Annie, belonging to the cuckoo family, and these are said to be resident breeding species from southern Florida, the Caribbean, parts of Central America, south to western Ecuador, Brazil, northern Argentina, and southern Chile. They seem to have a knack for showing up when I'm working outside. It's almost as if they can sense where the best foraging spots are, right here in the garden. I wanted to give you a closer look, but I didn't want to approach them, even though they seem pretty calm when you approach them. But I was worried they'd fly off, and I didn't want to miss capturing a bit of this moment on camera. And so I went and searched for a nice pic, and I hope that this one will suffice. By the way, they are not the only feathered visitors. The infamous mockingbird, or what we call pichiri, stops by from time to time. In fact, they are the most frequent visitors to this space. They really love the area because they have access to the power lines, and from time to time they'll come and they will carry on with their antics. During the nesting season, they also make use of the topiaries. As I've stated in a previous feature, they are very good singers. They are early risers, like the roosters. At the crack of dawn, you can hear them singing. And I must also mention that they are very fearless, and they remind me so much of the David and Goliath story, because I've seen them taking on bigger birds like the John Crow and the chicken hawk. And let me tell you, when them show up, these birds have it take with themselves. What can I say? Them lick about them talawa. And just to share some additional interesting features about the smooth-bill annies. It is said that they have an unusual social life. They live in small groups of 1 to 5 breeding pairs and up to 17 individuals. All the females lay their eggs in one communal nest. All group members incubate the eggs and care for the young. While a group of smooth-bill annies forages, one member often sits on a high perch as a lookout, watching for danger. And I think this is the reason why I saw that one on the power line. If you have watched the feature up to this point, thank you so much. Please continue to support the channel by leaving your comments, sharing and liking the feature. And I'd really appreciate your subscription if you have not yet joined the Virtual Gardening 101 family. You can learn a lot more from my social media pages as well.